Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today I am joined by Tyler Wright. He's from the company Carbonfi, who is a ring company kind of similar to mine, but he specializes specifically in a lot of composite materials like carbon fiber. You'll see a lot of that. And so we've been friends throughout the years, just we've known each other through the industry. And so I had him come up all the way from Arizona and we're gonna film a couple videos together. So in today's video, we're going to be making a ring that he calls the Heretic, and it's actually kind of got a funny story behind the name of that. And so I'll let him get into that and just kind of have him go over the materials and just why this is a special design.
So the reason we call it the Heretic is because it doesn't use any of the normal materials that we work with at Carbonfi. We primarily work with carbon fiber and other composites. This has two different materials that I'm very fond of. One of them is gold on the inside, and then the exterior has a material called Trustone. And there's a guy near me down in Arizona that makes this Trustone. I get to go through his warehouse and kind of pick through the nice parts of the material that he produces.
So you got the good connection.
Got the good connection. And so that's what we're gonna be making today.
So we've got the choice stuff. And Trustone, if you guys don't know what this is, it's a really special material. And Tyler's told me kind of a lot more about it. I didn't know this, but no one else in the world is able to make something that even compares to the quality of this. And this guy's got like patented ways of creating it. And so it's really interesting. It's actually made out of genuine real stone that he crushes up and pulverizes, and he is able to recreate this material that is super durable. So if this was just a pure stone that he didn't do his process to, it would not be durable at all. It would chip and break. And so he's able to recreate this, and it is just beautiful. And this is never gonna break. It's super durable. So awesome material. This is just match made in heaven, these two material combinations. So we won't waste too much more of your time talking about this. Let's get right into the making of it. All right, the first step is going to be cutting out a blank of the Trustone, and I'm going to let Tyler explain just his tips and tricks for how to work with Trustone.
Cutting Trustone on a drill press is a tricky process. It can't get too hot and it is a little bit brittle. And so there's a few precautions that you have to take when you're cutting it. One is you have to oversize your cuts. It's important to have additional material, which is important for heat dissipation, as well as the integrity and strength of the material after you've cut the blank. Also to use coolant or water while you're cutting so that it stays nice and cool. And use very sharp diamond hole saws and cut very slowly. Don't try to force it through. It is soft, so it feels like you can cut it quickly, but make sure to take your time and do it right.
Now we have the rough ring blank finished on the drill press, and it's time to switch over to the lathe where we need to trim it down and get it ready to fit with the gold ring liner. And I'm going to hand things over to Tyler again just to explain what he's doing.
Cutting Trustone on your lathe is very similar to cutting it on the drill press. It is very susceptible to heat and can become very malleable or even crack under the pressure of the jaws. So it's important that you don't clamp the jaws down too far, and that the drill press blank that you cut out has a lot of wall thickness to increase the strength, so that when you're boring it out and sizing it, that it has enough material again to dissipate heat and survive the strength of the jaws. Make sure not to cut super deep passes. 1/2 to 1 millimeter deep passes each time, and make sure to take your time and go nice and slow. Get it done right.
All right, now we have both pieces to their exact perfect dimensions. You can see we just need to use a little bit of force to combine the two, but we're not going to end up cracking it. That way we shouldn't have any noticeable seams, and it's going to hold together really well. I just need to rough up the outer diameter of the gold ring. That'll increase the surface area on it a dramatic amount and give the glue that we use a much more secure bond. Now here's Tyler with some tips on bonding the two halves together.
It's important to bond the Trustone and the gold together permanently so they don't delaminate or sleeve off or come apart. And you can't pressure fit these two materials together. You have to use some sort of bonding agent, and we're using epoxy to keep them together. And then we're putting it in an oven to fully bond and cure the epoxy and laminating those two pieces together permanently forever.
Now that it's cured, we're carefully removing all of the excess Trustone from the ring, and we're using all of the same tips and tricks from before. You want to be really careful not to crack the Trustone. Now we're ready for some good old-fashioned sanding and polishing of the ring, both on the outside and the inside. And we did a really thorough job here. Both Trustone and gold will show any scratch marks left behind if you don't do a thorough enough job. So we spend a lot of time, especially on like the 220, the rougher grit sandpapers, and then we just slowly work our way up and try to get just a perfect, beautiful finish without any sanding marks on it. Now we're done polishing up the outside of the ring, and it's just revealed that marble pattern that this has to it. Those gold veins just look amazing, and it seriously does look completely natural, like a black marble with gold veins running through it. So as we're finishing up, I've got Tyler on the phone here.
Hey guys.
And he's going to help explain the deal we're doing on these rings.
Thanks, Patrick. I'm super excited with how this ring came out, and it was a lot of fun working with you on this project.
Well, thank you, Tyler. Thank you so much for coming all this way to do this. So we'll get right to it. The deal we're going to do for these is we're going to make 10 available. They have 14 karat gold on the inside, so that's not going to tarnish. And then we have black and gold Trustone on the outside. And then now, Tyler, he's going to explain the other version that we decided would be a good idea to launch alongside it.
So you understand a lot of people don't want to fork out the cash for a gold version or might have metal allergies. So we came up with a lighter weight version that is made with carbon fiber on the inside and still has the gold vein Trustone on the exterior.
Exactly. So you'll see that on the website. And then we also wanted to give the YouTube audience a bit of a discount. And we usually don't do discounts on the gold rings because they obviously have a ton of material costs involved. But if you use code CarbonPad, that'll give you 20% off your order. So we've got that down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. And again, thank you, Tyler, for being here for this video.
Thanks for having me.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week.